Sophia Smith is absent from this roster due to a foot injury. Vlatko Andonovski has said it is it's not a very drastic or serious injury, just needs some more time. Same with Megan Rapinoe, who's dealing with an ankle injury. Because that was a question mark that I had around somebody like Tierna Davidson in case she was going to be on this roster, and she was not. So Katarina Macario, Tierna Davidson, Kelly O'Hara, Sam Ewes, these are players who are still absent from the national team. There were some small updates given on these players by Andonovski in his media availability. Said that Davidson and O'Hara were extremely close. Would assume that we are likely to see them for something like She Believes Cup. And he did mention Macario is also very close, reference the timeline of about 4 to 5 weeks for participation in like contact type of training. So yeah, we'll see. I guess we're going to really get a better idea of what this type of roster could look like with that when She Believes Cup rolls around in February.
Yeah, I think She Believes Cup will have a little bit more weight with the roster that Vlatko Andonovski puts out there. Hopefully some time for Sophia Smith, Megan Rapinoe to recover and get back to full strength. But between yours and mine and our wish list rosters, we both had Katarina Macario listed with doubts that she would play, right? We were very honest with ourselves. We were like, she's not going to see the field, but we want her in camp. We want her in training with this team, but she's not at that point yet. And Vlatko Andonovski let people know that in the media availability that she can't do contact yet. So there's no point in bringing her in at this stage. Remember, he tried to wean Crystal Dunn back in, coming back from her maternity leave, and she was cleared for contact. She was cleared to play intensely, but she was not going to play in the games. So that's what I thought he was going to do with Kat Macario. That didn't happen. We'll see her hopefully in February. Tierna Davidson and Kelly O'Hara, we both had Davidson and O'Hara on our rosters with hopes that we would see Davidson. I mean, we talked about that ad nauseum, saying that the future of the center back role could be Tierna Davidson and Naomi Girma, and that's what I want to see. I was hoping we'd get a glimpse of it, or at least in practice, they would get a glimpse of it themselves. Not going to happen this time around, and Sam Ewes still not ready yet to return, still dealing with a really tough injury that she gave her a really big setback in 2022, just a lot of injuries. But I think that in what we have with Williams coming back, we talked about it, Sonnet coming back, Haley Mace also on this roster. I did not have her on my roster. You had her on yours. I think it's a good shout. The Kansas City current defender, midfielder, she's listed as a defender here. I think it's a good shout for Vlatko Andonovski. Strengthen up that back line. Why not? She's been playing well. Keep it going.
Yeah, I think, listen, my inclusion for her during the wish list was just sort of one of those indicators. It's just kind of like, are we still in that window of time where we're waiting to see who is actually available and who is actually able to get a run out? So we saw a mix of that. This is, I think, that first round. We've seen a mix of that. We still have a handful of players who are close, but not quite there, and a couple of players who are making their return.
I can't imagine how those players feel that are close but not quite yet, because I'm like jumping out of my shoes here. Yeah, I'm jumping out of my shoes and I'm not even involved. So I can't imagine how players like Kat Macario, Tierna Davidson, Kelly O'Hara feel to want to get back in the swing of things.
Oh yeah, especially as like the year turned to like 2023, right? Where like all sights on the World Cup. Yeah, I would imagine that it's a little bit agonizing to still be out, but they're working their way back, and who knows, maybe when we do the previews for these upcoming matches, we'll have a little bit more information, and I'm sure we'll have some more fun about it, talking about who we actually think might get some starts or two in New Zealand with this roster.